So I'm Neil Bodick. I'm the CEO of Gate Science. This is our first trip to LSI. And with me is our Chief Commercial Officer, Laura Wynn. Laura, will you stand so that they can recognize us? Okay, very good. So Gate is concerned with surgical pain. We're focused initially on orthopedic surgical pain, which is not a solved problem in spite of very substantial investments. Chronic pain persists, and the opioid crisis, the opioid dependence emergent from surgery, is not going away. To this point, therapeutics have focused on what's postoperative pain as an acute event. We're taking a different tact. We're thinking that there is a cycle between chronic and acute pain that actually better describes the pathophysiology. This is the trajectory of pain after a major procedure. Pain persists for 14 days, and chronic pain ensues. To this point, the existing therapies, mostly sustained release, have effect for 3 to 5 days, leaving something which has been termed the therapeutic gap. The gap has a cornerstone of therapy, opioids. We can think of 2 different mechanisms that are involved in this process of post-surgical pain. There's the acute phase and there's a chronic phase. There must be some transition between those two because the pathophysiology of those 2 entities is different. We have adequate therapies for both acute and chronic. Nerve block works extraordinarily well, and neurostimulation is very well proven in chronic procedures. Our construct, our therapeutic construct, is to combine these 2 modalities in a single device to close the therapeutic gap. Keep this image in mind. We believe that we are essentially creating a new therapeutic space, which is transitional pain, with relay. This is a system that has 2 components. On the right is the baton, which has the ability to deliver both pharmacologic therapy and neurostimulation. On the right is the device that controls neurostimulation. It's controlled by the patient over time. Here's a bit of detail on the baton. You see there are electrodes and the port for delivery at the distal end, and there's a pulse generator. And the device is wireless, Bluetooth enabled to connect it to Gatekeeper, and waterproof for bathing. The system fits seamlessly into standard clinical routines. Prior to surgery, the baton is placed near a nerve plexus or a nerve root, and a pharmacologic nerve block is delivered. Following surgery, neurostimulation is activated in the recovery room. After discharge for up to 28 days, the patient is controlling neurostimulation with the relay device. Gatekeeper has interesting potential. This device is with the patient for the entire episode of pain, and the patient is controlling the effects with a Gatekeeper. But Gatekeeper is keeping a record of both pain and motion. Gatekeeper, linked to the cloud and linked to other systems, can create a patient profile which is descriptive in detail of the entire episode. That patient profile can be combined with thousands of others in the cloud and serve as substrate for machine learning to actually manage pain. Consider the following possibility. The patient has physical therapy at 4 o'clock. At 11 a.m., gatekeeper informs the patient that it might be a good idea to turn up the amplitude of the neurostimulation because pain is going to ensue. So in terms of revenue projections, we won't go into deep detail here, but we have new rules for a new market. Pricing is an order of magnitude lower than other neurostimulation devices, which are typically $5,000, $10,000, that sort of thing. That is a striking difference commercially. And Laura has worked extensively with Applied Policy, their group of CMS retirees, to establish codes that are not dependent upon neuromodulation, which are notoriously difficult to instantiate. We have filed 7 provisional patents, and we have freedom to operate. Of note, our portfolio has been developed by Ivor El-Rifi. He's the head of IP at Cooley. Where are we? We're following the de novo pathway. We have established our IDE. We're in a pilot study right now. We'll have readouts from that shortly, which will guide the design of a pivotal study. And following FDA review, we expect to have approval in 2026. The team. Let's see. I have founded 2 companies. One is now a division of Eli Lilly. The other went public and was subsequently acquired. Laura has developed the strategy for launch for 9 different orthopedics products. Okay, our IT effort is being led by Ira Kirschenbaum. Ira was actually one of the founders of Medscape, which became WebMD, and he's also the editor of a very interesting new journal called Joey. And he's the chair of orthopedics at Bronx Care and brings an extraordinary perspective to our development process. Sanjay Sinha grew up on a tea farm in India and became one of the world's leading regional anesthesiologists. He's a very inventive guy, and he's responsible for the therapeutic construct behind Relay. To this point, we've raised $12 million, mostly from clinicians, and we are looking to raise a modest Series A of $10 million to get us through FDA approval and some other studies supporting commercialization. We go back to this image. This is powerful if, in fact, we do create a new market. How could that happen? We have clinicians treating chronic pain, clinicians treating acute pain, and the space in between. We're going to migrate those clinicians into transitional pain. Thank you.